all well. Welcome back. Today I thought I would do a little bit of a Q&A and a get ready with me and just have a bit of a catch up. I'm getting lots of questions about my makeup recently. I'm really not into makeup, so it literally never changes, so the last time I talked about this it will be the same. But I thought if I was doing a Q&A, just see my phone, I might as well put my makeup on at the same time and update you all. Got my hair done yesterday. I've gone back darker. It is a lot lighter on the ends. You know when you've had your hair done and it's like so ridiculously silky? I'll show you it properly at the end when I've done it all, but yeah, I'm not sure. I feel like I wanted to go darker and now I've gone darker. I'm like, oh my god, I've not been dark in ages. So you'll see it properly at the end, but let me know what you all think, because I am really tempted to go back and go back to like a light balayage. You know, I feel like I was going through my Instagram and I was like, everybody has the same hair, that like caramelly, what my hair was. And I was like, I'm bored of it, I want something different. And then I'm like, everyone has it for a reason, it's because it looks really good. So I might go back. Let me know what you all think anyway. Get these questions up while I get ready. I'm just going to start off with some moisturiser. The Decleor Hydrofloral Anti-Pollution Hydrating Gel Cream. It's fine, it's not amazing, but it's fine. It's nice under makeup, but I probably prefer the Embryolisse Creme Concentrate, whatever it's called, which is like my favourite moisturiser ever. But I was sent this, so I've just been using it up. Wow, it just smells quite nice. I'll give it to that. So, oh my gosh, get this hair out of my face. And then I always use Elizabeth's Arden 8-Hour Cream on my lips to start with. Right, questions. I asked on Instagram for Q&A and you guys sent so many, more than I can get through. I'm just only ever going to go through a fraction of these, so thank you so much to everybody. I need to do these more often because there's just too many. Right, the first thing that's jumping out at me, which I'll answer because it's a quick one: what 35mm camera do you use? I use the Leica Mini Lux. It's this. It's a fully automatic point and shoot. It's really, oh, I've got a lot of photos to get through. For those of you who don't know, I have a series on my blog called My Week on 35mm, so I shoot a roll of film every week. And it's really good. It's really easy to use. It's really user friendly. It's like a good one if you don't want anything fully manual, so I recommend it. I spent about, I think it was over £300, maybe like £320 from memory. So it's not cheap, but it's, well, I guess it's not bad for Leica, but you pay for the brand. So yeah, that's that. My favourite film is the Portra 400, and I get it developed at Snappy Snaps in London just because it's 1 hour. They're not the best, but it's fine for just an hour. I'm just going to use on my face the Nars Velvet Matte Skin Tone because it's got SPF 30 in it, and like the tiniest amount because I really only put it on my nose and down the centre of my face a little bit. So, another question while we blend. I got lots of questions that sort of asked a similar thing, which was comparing London to Manchester. Let me read one out so that I can sort of, oh my gosh, there's so many, I can't believe it. Okay, how is London life comparing to Manchester? Anything you missed about the north? So I got lots of things about this, lots of questions about how I'm finding living alone, things like that. So I really am enjoying living in London. I really like it so far. There were lots of things I miss about the north, mainly just a slightly more manageable size. I love the fact in Manchester that I walked out and everything was on my doorstep and it was easier to navigate. Like the whole city's on your doorstep. I have so much on my doorstep here, but not the whole city. Obviously it's a lot more expensive down here. Like you really notice how much more expensive it is. So that I don't like as much. But for work, it's so much better. I'm surrounded by my peers here, people who are doing the same thing. You know, like, freelancing's amazing and it's such an amazing privilege in your 20s, in my opinion. And in Manchester it could be quite isolating because I wasn't surrounded by other people doing the same thing, whereas here I am, so it's way more motivating and you get to make the most of it so much more, which is just what I want to be able to do, make the most of this incredible lifestyle that I have available. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. There's lots of things I miss. My heart will always be in the north. Like I love Leeds and Manchester so much, but I'm enjoying it. And in terms of living on my own, I'm really enjoying it because I've been traveling a lot, so you don't have to, you just book something and go away, and you know, you don't have to explain to anybody, or you know, the flat's the way that I leave it. When I get back, it's the way I left it. You know, no one else is there to move anything, and if it's a mess, it's my mess. Really small things like that are what I'm really enjoying. And it suits me just to be able to work a lot living on my own as well. So far I'm really enjoying it. I'm trying to keep myself really busy and like ease myself into spending a lot of time on my own and like becoming really comfortable with my own company. It's a big learning curve. It's something that I'll definitely talk about later because I think it's a really important thing to be able to do, to be fully just dependent on, you know, happy to be on your own basically. So I'm getting there, but I'm very much enjoying it. So that was that one. I'm just about to do my concealer, which is also by Nars. It's the Velvet Soft Matte Complete Concealer, the one that everybody raves about, and for good reason. It's actually really, 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 really good. I really like it. Another question, which I really liked this one. What are your next goals, blog and YouTube wise? How do you see your content evolving? So I just want to improve all of the time, like through my blog and my YouTube. Like I just want everything to get better. I want to create content that's informative. My hair is driving me absolutely up the wall. I'm just gonna have to go get a clip. 1 second. Oh, that's so much better. You know when you have your hair coloured at the hairdresser, it takes a few days and a few washes to get that grit back into it, where it's not like crazily silky and just can't do anything with it. Blog content, YouTube. Yeah, so I want to just keep improving at what I'm doing basically. Get better and better at everything. I want to create content that's informative. I want to create content that like captures a certain feeling in a certain moment and like represents where I'm at in my life right now. I feel like I'm getting there with that. And in terms of fashion stuff, which is always my focus, I want to create content that doesn't just completely perpetuate excess, like, and buying loads and loads of things. Everything seems so excessive at the moment and so like new, haul, and I do love it, and I will always love hauls, and I will always do them every now and then, but I also want to create stuff that is just got a bit more to it. It's really hard to put into words, and I'm working on it, and I'm not quite there with it yet, but I'm getting there with what I want it to be, slowly but surely, because it's a difficult one. And it actually links into another question, which is kind of a hard one to answer, but I wanted to address it. 2 people asked something similar. So what's your view on sustainability in the fashion industry, and are you conscious of what you're buying or actively trying to be more sustainable? So I think it's a big issue. I think it's a really hard one to talk about. I'm just going to powder my face using MAC Prep and Prime transparent finishing powder. I think yes, I'm very conscious of it. I'm not at the point where I feel like I can talk about it loads, because it's so really hard to find a lot of information about a lot of the brands that I buy, that I talk about their full supply chain. But it's something that I'm really interested in. It's something I want to incorporate more into testing basics. And I'm very conscious of the fact that everything on YouTube, and the formula for success on YouTube in some ways, is to do those like endless hauls and come shopping with me and everything. And I've done them, like I've done them and I love them and I love watching them. I still watch them, everything like that. But it sort of bothers me that that seems to be the content you have to make to grow. In some cases, maybe not all cases, I don't know. But yes, the answer is yes, I'm conscious of it. Yes, it's something I want to talk and address more and more. I'm just not quite at the point where I feel like I know enough about it to do it, but I'm working on that. And yeah, it's one of those topics that's sometimes hard to address without people jumping down your throat as well. I'm really lucky in that for the most part, you guys are very, like, you know, you don't get everything right, and some awareness of it is better than none. And so just to talk about it's a good thing. But at the same time, I do get a bit apprehensive about it in case people jump down your throat a little bit. So yes is the answer. I'm trying. I think it's an issue, and it's something I do think about quite a lot. Oh, I was just using the Nars Laguna bronzer then. I really love Nars. It's like my favourite makeup brand, if you'll be able to tell by the end of this. What is your must-have buy for the season? Checked blazer. My Stella McCartney one's worth every single penny. I didn't buy that, but I will buy another one of those for testing basics at some point. I think a checked long line coat or blazer. As always, some really great ankle boots. I'm just still using the Nars Laguna bronzer here. Some really nice ankle boots. Dear Francis Spirit boots are always my recommendation. I got a great pair from Jill Sander last season, which I'll be wearing again. And I might look at Jill Sander for a different pair. Just gorgeous wool coats. I'm gonna do a coats testing basics, so obviously. So I'm thinking of investing in a cashmere coat. See if that's worthwhile. So that's on my list as well. But yeah, checks and herringbone prints are just everywhere at the moment. They're on the high street as well everywhere, and I really, really like them. Right, I'm gonna do my brows now. I would literally just use Nars Laguna bronzer in my eyelids, down the sides of my nose. Actually, I'm not going to do my brows, I'll do some blusher first. I've been using the Glossier Cloud Paint in Puff. I'm going to write everything down in the description box because I'm really aware I've not been doing the usual hold up to the camera thing. So I'll write everything down below. This is a good one. If big changes didn't happen this year, do you think you would have moved to London in the end? Moving to London was never like on the cards, really. I was, you know, the next steps in life were going to be to think about moving out of the city centre, possibly owning a property, things like that. But so no, it was never on the cards. I've never loved London. Like whenever I came down for work, I was never like, oh my god, I love it here so much. It was always just, this has gone super, super pink. Hopefully it'll settle down, we'll see. It was always stressful and somewhere where I just always felt more chilled as soon as I was on my way back up north. So no, it was never really on the cards. I think though my career could possibly have pushed me here eventually, and it's just, you know, the circumstances of this year have just pushed me into making a bolder decision a little bit sooner than I was necessarily fully ready for, but that's not always a bad thing. Good things happen outside your comfort zone. So who's to say for sure, but no, it was never something that I actively wanted. I'm just going to use the Nars Copacabana Illuminator to highlight. Some of your favourite fashion bloggers, I'm going to leave some links below. Always Lucy Williams, Fashion Me Now, really into Bernad at the moment. For a Tumblr, Fashion Gone Rouge? Yeah, it is. It's absolutely amazing. I just literally followed a girl on Instagram earlier today. I don't want to go off this because I'm going to lose where I'm up to, but I'll write her Instagram handle here and I'll link her down below. She's super, 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 super cool. Who else? What else? Really loving Always Judging at the moment. Her Tumblr as well has got loads of really cool stuff on there. Lindsey Holland from Ropes of Holland, she's always a fave of mine. So yeah, those are all my huge faves. Let me know who yours are, guys, because I'm always on the lookout for new blogs. I'm feeling like a bit... Oh, in terms of YouTube, Rachel, that's chic. I don't know if you guys follow her, but she's incredible. I'll leave her link as well. Oh, I really like this question. Could you tell us more about your signature diamond ring? Any tips for looking for a similar investment jewellery piece? So I'm assuming we're talking about this one, which I wear every single day. I think I've mentioned this once before in here, but it's not something I really talk about. But my dad passed away when I was 17, and Mum and I afterwards went on holiday to Dubai. And we both bought a diamond ring. So I bought this one that I wear, and Mum has one with 5 diamonds across, which is slightly smaller. I literally never take it off. So I've had that on for, well, 7 years now. And tips for finding investment piece of jewellery. No, I don't know. You know, it was in Dubai. Gold and diamonds are cheaper there. I'm just using the Illamasqua brow cake in Thunder very lightly through my brows. Yeah, just go to Dubai and do it. Make a holiday out of it. I'm just kidding, but it is cheaper though, or it was then. I don't know if it still would be now. But yeah, something with a little bit of sentiment, if you're gonna spend that much money, is always really lovely. And I wear this every single day, as you all know. Oh, you mentioned living abroad for a month. Where would be your dream location? I think I mentioned that on a blog post. So next year I really want to go and live abroad for 1 month. Living alone has given me a lot of, even though I have to ring my mum approximately 1,000 times a day to ask her a question about something, given me a lot of confidence for the idea that actually you can do quite a lot on your own and you'll be fine. So I really want to go and live in America for a month. Nothing too fancy, specifically LA or New York, because I have to be able to work when I'm there. It has to be viable for my business. And like my style is so street style, and both those cities really suit it. So I'm hoping to be able to do that next year. Possibly in the springtime, but we'll see. A lot can change between now and then, but that is something that I really want to do next year. And like, take you guys with me. In a dream world, I'd like to go to one of those places for a month and live in 4 different areas of the city for a month, 1 for each week, and then like review those areas and what it's like living there and stuff like that. So we'll see. I'm trying to organise it now. I'm hoping I'll be able to pull it off, but I don't know yet. And hopefully that'll be something that you guys would enjoy following along with. So I'm just about to use the Glossier Boy Brow. I actually do like this. At first I was like, it's fine, but now I'm like, oh, hello. Just falling for the bloody hype of it all. It's messy packaging though, messy packaging. What is your stance on sponsored videos? I love that you keep them to a real minimum and you're clearly very selective about them, but they seem to be more and more frequent across YouTube and some channels are just like one big advert. Would love to hear your thoughts from an insider perspective on finding the balance. It's really easy to find the balance. If you're not interested, if the brief doesn't work, then just say no. And you know, if you say no to the small stuff at the beginning, the bigger stuff that's really on brand will come through because you've nurtured an audience that trusts you by not taking advantage of that audience. So it pays to say no, which it can be hard to say no, but it pays to do it. I think that if you're finding that like some channels are just big adverts, just don't watch their stuff, don't subscribe. No one that I subscribe to do I feel that way about, no one. I think everybody does it really, really well. Yeah, no, just say, I mean, I've said before that my blog is my main income. That's where most of my sponsored content sits, my blog and Instagram. And I post a lot of content. I create content every single day. I create so much content that it also means you prioritize your non-sponsored content more than your sponsored, because then the sponsored stuff is going to sit within a wealth of things where people don't feel sold to, and that they can see that you're working on creating things that they want to see, that you're passionate about. And then people tend to be more receptive for the stuff that you're getting paid for as well, because they're like, oh, you know, fair enough, she's got to make some money, all that jazz. So yeah, I think make sure you prioritize your non-sponsored as more than your sponsored. I'm going to do a tiny bit of eyeliner today, just like the smallest wing, and my favorite ever eyeliner is the Lancome Liner Plume. It's just like a felt tip one. I can't talk and do this, so we're just going to have to be silent for a second. Even-ish, that'll do. Okay, let's do one more question here. This video is going to be kind of long. Something along this lines came up more than once. Are you scared for the future sometimes? What I mean is that your job gives you a lot of freedom, but it's really insecure. Yes and no. I think the main thing that this job gives you is the idea that if you put your mind to something, you can really do it. And that, you know, I get stuff all the time when a brand will be like, can you do this, or do you know how to do this? And I'm like, not got a clue how to do this, but I'm going to tell you that I can do it, and then I'm going to find a way to do it. And when you get used to doing that, and used to constantly moving out of your comfort zone, you become really confident in the idea that you will actually always find a way to fall on your feet, so long as you've got the work ethic behind you. Oh my god, that was too much of a sip. So yeah, no, I do think about it, because it isn't secure as an industry. No one knows where it's going to go. It's not going to go anywhere, but no one knows how it's going to change. We're really, you know, at mercy to what platforms do, to what Instagram does, to what YouTube does. We, you know, aside from the websites that bloggers have, which should why I prioritise mine so much, you kind of only have so much control over things. This mascara is the Lancome Mascara Big. It's my favourite. This is the third one I've had of it now. So yeah, no, I do think about it, but I'm also think you learn a lot of skills as you do this, and you can apply them to different things. And so long as you work hard and, you know, are willing to really put the graft in for something, and be really dedicated and not easily disheartened by a few setbacks, then you kind of end up being all right anyway. Touch wood, in theory. Right, I'm going to do my hair. I'll do a few more questions while I do my hair. This is going to be the longest video ever. Okay, so this one's, this person's asked like 3 questions in one, but I'm going to answer them all. So, tips for making smart style purchases when you're on a university budget. Definitely find your like go-to high street shop. I recommend And Other Stories probably the most, where you're like, you like the stuff, it's not going to fall apart super quickly, and then stick to it a little bit, get some good basics, you know, save on your denim, save on your white cotton t-shirts. White shirts don't need to be super expensive. And then if any investment things, when I say investment, I mean, you know, higher end high street, which I would class Under the Stories. Sometimes it comes in quite expensive. You know, do your coats and your stuff from there like that. So find your favourite shop, I would say. The next part of this question was go to bar outfits. So this is really interesting because it's so different in the north to down here, the way people dress up. Like if you drive through Leeds on a Saturday night, you'll just see so many people with like next to nothing on, you know, short skirts, boobs out, fake tan, hair done, fake lashes, the whole look. I used to do it all the time when I was like 17, 18. And it's super dressy. And like the idea of not going out in heels and stuff, back up north, especially in Leeds, more so than Manchester I think, is like crazy. It was just like the most important part of it. Whereas London is super laid back, so like everyone's out in like their Converse and their Vans and just way more laid back. I think it's because the drinking culture here is more like after work drinks in the city during the week, so people just go straight from work rather than like big night out, getting dressed up for it. Of course that happens here, but this is just, I'm generalising massively basically. So here my go-to has just been what I wear during the day, you know. It's just always a bit smart casual, but jeans, nice jeans, jumper when it gets colder, a long line blazer. Do you know I hate curling the back of my hair? I'm just using some GHDs to do this. Long line blazer, leather jacket, stuff like that, and sometimes boot heels, but I haven't worn like heels at all since I've been down here. And tips on sticking to your style and not being influenced too much by the trends and what others are wearing. I think when you get older and you find, or as I've got older, when you find what you like and what you feel good in, it's actually hard to make you waver from that. Because I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm sort of like feeling that on other people, but not on me because I know what I like. So I think it's just sort of as you get more confident in what your style is. Oh, this looks nice. You just know what works for you and what doesn't. So some trends I love, and sometimes I'm always really late to trends because it takes me ages to fall for something when I've seen it on like all my other favourite bloggers and stuff, and I'm like, I'm gonna give that a go like 6 months later. But there's nothing wrong with that really. Just filmed the last bit of doing my hair in silence because I needed to concentrate. But yeah, I just use my GHDs all the time and then put some hairspray in. Anything will do. Let me know what you think of my hair. Where's my phone? I'm so undecided about it. I think I like it. I'm just going to put some lipstick on, which is MAC Velvet Teddy. Recently I've been getting questions if I've had my lips done. I haven't. It's this lipstick. It makes your lips look really big, but it looks different on everybody. So if you go and try it on, it's going to look different to you as it does on me. Because I sometimes see people, I'm like, oh, I love your lipstick. And I'm like, it's MAC Velvet Teddy. And I'm like, I've got that on and it looks completely different. But yeah, people keep asking me about if I've had my lips done, and I haven't had my lips done. So I'll do one more quick question and then sign this off here. I'm sorry it's been so long, but I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been like a good catch up. Oh, a couple of people asked me if I have a separate job to YouTube. Well, I mean blogging, but yeah, no, I'm a full-time blogger and YouTuber. Which is where I make my money. And last question. Oh, do you know, quite a few people ask me how to not feel awkward in front of the camera, like when you're having your photo taken. I would say just move around a lot. If you feel uncomfortable with it, move around a lot. And then you'll learn what your angles are, because you'll learn which ones you like out of all the ones that you've got, and get the person who's taking it to take a lot, like whether it's a burst or to just tap frantically, be like tap 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 tap, get lots. So that would be my advice for that. And final one, how do you deal with being in a job where your looks matter so much? How do you deal with ups and downs in confidence? So things like getting my hair done can knock me massively, which is really weird. So like when I'm feeling unsure about something like this, I'm like, oh god, and it will like get in my head about it. But just that, like talking about it with you guys helps, because everybody goes through these crises of confidence. So to share them, make them part of your content. Everybody goes through them, and you know, I'm not exempt to that at all. So by making it part of my content, and just by like, I don't follow like a load of models on Instagram and do anything like that. Don't follow people who are going to make you feel bad about yourself. I want my Instagram feed to be full of like outfits that I can wear, that are going to make me feel good, outfits that inspire me to feel better, not like a load of girls in their bikinis on the beach who look absolutely insane, who I'm never going to look like that girl. So yeah, surround yourself by the goodness and share the bad times is what I would say. Thank you so much for watching. As I said, hair crisis, let me know what you think. Should I go back lighter and go back to like the balayage-iness, or just keep it like this? I don't know what to do. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.